And so then when the whole pandemic thing kind of erupted, you made the decision to return home to the Gold Coast. Uh,
Yeah.
and you heard about these HOTA grants, the Rage Against the Virus grants.
Yeah, well, my husband came home and said, "Oh, it sounds like the borders are going to close." And he's a bit of a drama queen, so I said, "No, probably not. It's probably not going to happen." And he's like, "We might have to think about going back to Australia." And it was like, I really didn't think that that would be necessary. And
Mm.
then things just started to get really crazy over there. All the gyms and the restaurants closed, and then all the shops closed, and then there were queues out the supermarket. There was no food on the shelves. We'd have to go to 3 different supermarkets in a day just to get basic things that you need to cook. And it was like, it was starting to get a little bit crazy. And then I heard that they were closing the borders. And so we just had to book a flight and make the decision, which was really tough because we've got an apartment there and, you know,
Yeah.
we've got a house full of stuff and you just have to go, oh, okay, let's just go.
Yeah.
And then we found out about the mandatory hotel quarantine thing.
Mm.
And literally the day we were flying out, somehow I wasn't too stressed to read the email and find the newsletter with your article on it, and found about the Rage Against the Virus grants. And I just quickly applied, and I thought, what if I did an album in hotel quarantine? Okay, and just sort of sent it off. And I thought that'd be awesome, but didn't really think much about it. And then when I got the email, it was like a lifesaver because it was such a stressful time.
Mm.
And I had to sort of up and leave all this stuff that was happening, and everything kind of paused because everything was closed and no one was meeting in person, which is the whole reason to be in LA. And so I found out about the grant and it just gave me focus.
Mm.
So it was, yeah, and it's been my whole focus since being back in Australia. But the application was simple. And then when I spoke to Ashley on the phone, everything, like the way they put the grants together, it was all about encouraging people to just be artistic. And even if you just put something together that you can spend your isolation time working on and using your artistic talents to put together, rather than, you know, we want to see a projected outcome for the next 12 months and blah, blah, blah. It was so encouraging. And then as a result, all the projects that have come out of it have been so unique. And at first it was quite prolific. We really were just bouncing ideas backwards and forwards. And yeah, I was able to, it was like a cathartic experience, able to channel all my feelings through the music. And not that songwriting should ever be like a very personal diary entry or anything like that, but it was a way to sort of categorize, I guess, what I was feeling. And it really helped me. It was, yeah, a lifesaver.
I imagine HOTA must be stoked because this is exactly what the grants were for, I guess, for people to use their time to, I guess, be in a position to kind of, you know, springboard their career when things open up again. And it seems like you've done that really.
Oh, totally. Yeah. It's been great. It's been so great. And because they were so flexible with how they wanted something to come out in May at some point, was that, you know, at least some part of it, even if you don't finish the project. And I said to Lionel, do you think we can do an album? And he's like, well, why don't we just try? Let's just go for it. And I said, it'll be an EP or an album. So yeah, it's been fantastic.
Have you had any opportunity to get a sense of how the coast has evolved in the time you've been away?
Oh, the music scene here has greatly, vastly improved since I grew up here. It's quite amazing, the change. There's more venues, there's more opportunities. The Gold Coast Music Awards, like the talent there, I watched them this year, and the artists that were chosen and the people that are working on stuff, it's world class. Like, it's amazing the stuff that's coming out of the Gold Coast. Yeah, it's definitely changed in a really, really good way.